computer. All right. All right, I've got Chris here with us, and he's going to talk to us about something special. He's doing a Flipstarter on Bitcoin Jason. Chris, would you like to tell us what you're doing? What do you hope to raise funds for?
Yeah, well, so privacy is important. A lot of people, feel that way in the space that they want more financial privacy. And what I'm doing is I'm raising funds through a Flipstarter, and maybe we should talk about what Flipstarters are. I don't know if your audience is familiar with that, but raising funds, it's similar to Kickstarter if people are familiar with that. So it's like an all or nothing kind of thing, and we're about 65% of the way funded, and it ends in 3 days. And what these funds are going to be used for is to build another CoinJoin application, and I should unpack that. I like to use like look at it through the historical perspective of in 2017, Bitcoin Cash didn't have, when we first forked away from BTC, we didn't have any real CoinJoin or any sort of privacy technology, and Cash Shuffle came out pretty shortly. It got integrated into the Electron Cash wallet, and then about a year later they developed Cash Fusion, and it was so good that they decided to basically remove Cash Shuffle and replace it with Cash Fusion. So we went from like 0 to 1, which is a big step in the right direction. And Cash Fusion is this amazing CoinJoin technology. Let me talk about CoinJoin, because there's a lot of misconceptions around this. So
Yeah.
the way I like to describe what a CoinJoin is imagine you and a bunch of your mates, you all stand around a table and you all pull out like 20s and 10s and 5s and 1s, all your cash, all your bills out of your wallet. You all throw them down onto the table and you shuffle it around, and then you take your bills back and you put it in your wallet and you walk away, and everybody leaves with the same amount of money that they came with, but the difference being that you don't know whose bills are in your pocket. And so this is kind of a silly analogy because we're used to fiat dollars being fungible, and so people don't do that because they're not tracking cash. But in the case of Bitcoin, it is being tracked, and so this exercise has value. And so that's the basic idea of CoinJoin, is it breaks the informational history of those coins up. And so that analytics firm, or maybe just a barista who's malicious and wants to like see how much crypto you have so that they can scam you, they can't track your stash when you go to buy that coffee through a simple block explorer, which anybody can do because these transactions are transparent and on the blockchain. So that's what CoinJoin is. A lot of people think that I've had some people say that, oh, CoinJoin's an old tech and Cash Fusion's much better, and why would you want to go back to CoinJoin? And that demonstrates like a misunderstanding, because CoinJoin is just a pattern. It's a transactional pattern. It's like I said, like throwing a bunch of people collaborating on a transaction to improve their privacy. And Cash Fusion is a CoinJoin protocol, and Cash Shuffle was a CoinJoin protocol, and Wasabi Wallet on BTC, that's a CoinJoin protocol. They're all creating CoinJoin transactions. The protocol is like, beyond just CoinJoin, there's other details that has to consider. So that's a common misconception I'm finding. It's actually making it kind of hard to raise these funds, is because people think that I'm trying to build some old tech, and why would I want to do that? Because there's this misunderstanding of the difference between CoinJoin, which is a pattern, and Cash Shuffle, which is a protocol. So that's that. And I guess the other thing I should say is Cash Fusion is awesome. It's like industrial scale privacy, and so it's wonderful that we have it. I'm not looking to replace it. What I'm hoping to do with raising these funds is I'm going to use the example of a Venn diagram. So people who aren't familiar with what a Venn diagram is, it's just a bunch of circles, and it lets you understand how groups of things relate to one another. And so if you imagine a big circle, that's all the development talent that we have in the Bitcoin Cash space. All the JavaScript developers, all the Python developers, all the Go developers. Cache Fusion is written in it's in Electron Cache, which is written in Python. So if the circle of development talent in the space is this big, the circle of development talent for Python is like that big. And so there's a whole bunch of developer talent in this space that simply will never contribute to Cache Fusion or Electron Cache Wallet because they're not Python developers. And we can look back in time to understand that that's a correct statement. There's very few. I've followed the development of Cache Fusion very carefully, and when there's an issue, it takes forever to fix it because it's just impossible to find someone who has both the talent and the ability and the attention to detail to get in there and tweak any sort of little settings. So that's one problem. Like, it's wonderful that we have this tool and everybody should be using this tool, but we don't have privacy as like a normal thing in wallets. When we were at the Bitcoin Cash conference, I had at least 3 devs come up to me and show me their own wallet. That's a thing for devs. It's kind of like a rite of passage, just to eventually build your own wallet. And none of these wallets have any sort of privacy features because it's so difficult to build. This CoinJoin thing is pretty difficult, and this Cache Fusion protocol has so far, like, again, just looking at history, has proven to be nearly impossible to pull out of Electron Cache and put into other wallets. It's a monumental task. And so what I want to do with this is build. I want to focus on JavaScript because that's the most popular, if not one of the most popular languages. And so again, thinking about that Venn diagram, there's most of that circle of that developer talent is JavaScript developers. Just about everybody in this space knows a little bit of JavaScript. And if CoinJoin was more approachable, and in a JavaScript way and built modular, we could tap into that bigger pie of developer talent in this space. So that's really what I want to do. And I mean, that's really the thrust of this, is not so much to compete with Cache Fusion. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is ultimately make it easier to put privacy tools into every wallet. And so that's really what I'm going for. I mean, I can list off some of the more specific things, but on a broad level, that's the idea. Is let's make it easier to add privacy to wallets, and let's also innovate around privacy. The Cache Fusion is very academic. It's very rigid. There's a tight specification, tight quality control, and that's good. We should have that. We need that. But now that we have that, I'm talking about, like, what's the next step after that? Like, how do we make privacy more prevalent in everything that we do? How do we just make it easier to integrate into wallets? And so there's like 5 design components. But maybe I should pause there and get your input there, Jason.
Yeah. So what I'm gathering is you're using JavaScript is an easier language to use for developers, which makes it more easier for app developers to integrate this privacy into their wallets or their applications. Is that what I'm getting? Is that right?
Yeah, you nailed it.
All right, cool. And so you got Python, which is a intensive type scripting, and there's a small number of people that can handle it. I know myself, it's doing the Electron wallet's a pretty much of a pain to update it and stuff like that. I'm always wary of it. And then later we'll use this Electron wallet to show our viewers how to do a donation. I'm not sure if the Bitcoin.com wallet has the Flipstarter function on it anymore.
Well, I'm using Bitcoin Verde's new Flipstarter, so you can actually donate to it from any wallet, any Bitcoin Cash wallet.
Right.
Which is pretty nice.
Okay, so you're going to teach me how to do that. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, so in a nutshell, it's privacy in a most common developer language that can be used. I know Jeremy and the Jet and the gang there at the Bitcoin Cash podcast, they're working on their wallet and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So these wonderful people, they'd be able to incorporate this project that you're working on that we're trying to get funding for into their wallet.
Yeah, yeah. Jeremy showed me his wallet. It's great. Yeah, so he would be able to tap into this. And another thing that I haven't talked about yet is tokens.
Right.
We've already got the SLP tokens, but we got the Cash token protocol coming out in May, and Cash Fusion doesn't do anything with tokens. So that's another thing that this framework that I want to build would do, is it would allow easy integration of tokens.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think everyone should at least donate a Satoshi at least, like this is a very important, we don't know how much we need privacy until it's gone. We I won't go into politics, but here in Australia, we just found out that it's getting more and more important. So I'm just going to bring up your Flipstarter here now. Did you want to talk about anything else, or elaborate anything more?
Well, I mean, I could go into, well, yeah. Oh, there is actually one thing I really want to talk about, and that's these 5 design principles
Yep.
that go into a CoinJoin wallet. So there's the packaging, the back-end infrastructure, HD wallet functionality, the peer-to-peer coordination, and the CoinJoin protocol itself. And so Electron Cash Wallet, this is part of why it's so hard to get this into other wallets. So Electron Cash Wallet has all 5 of those things together. And so that's essentially what I want to build. And so the emphasis here in the Flipstarter is less on the actual CoinJoin protocol, because the way it's being built, we can swap that out with a different protocol. We could swap it out with Cash Shuffle, or we could swap it out with Cash Fusion. The important thing is building a framework that JavaScript developers can hack on. So we want to build a desktop app using the Electron framework, so that would get it on Windows, Mac, and Linux computers. I already have the HD wallet functionality built out, and that's the other thing. Like, this Flipstarter is leveraging a lot of existing code, and that's why it's actually a pretty good deal for the community to fund this, because these Lego blocks, they're just lying there, but there aren't many people who can see them and can put them together, and I'm one of those people. So getting that HD functionality together, and that's just a JavaScript library that anybody can put into any wallet. And then there's the peer-to-peer coordination, and that kind of comes down to the presentation I gave at the conference about lowering infrastructure costs and using IPFS to coordinate around things. So that's another sort of exciting piece of technology that, if this Flipstarter is funded, I'll package it as a simple JavaScript module that anybody can put into their wallet, and now all of a sudden their wallet can coordinate with other wallets on a peer-to-peer level with no centralized server. And that's a really important thing, because Cash Fusion uses a server, and we know that it has one central point of attack, and we're just simply enough to have drawn the ire of world governments. But when and if we do, that one single server is it's like they're flying a flag, being like, come attack us right here. This is the thing you need to attack is that one single Cash Fusion server. So that worries me, because like I said, we went from 0 to 1, and so we could easily go back to 0. So we need alternatives.
Just recently,
and wasn't some of those other things.
Yeah, just recently just recently I had to put in a new server description in my back end of my Electron wallet, because someone backed out because they got scared or something like that. That's what the rumor is. I don't know if it's true, but we've seen it. We've seen attacks, on other platforms where they've come in and they've just shut it down. And so if the fear doesn't shut it down, the governments will. So this sounds like it's a more decentralized way of coin joining.
Yeah. There's no central server, so your wallet is finding and talking to other wallets of other people. So it's just between 2 people. There's no point of failure there. There's no coordination server.
Wow. And you're fair along in this project. You just did a little bit of extra funding to kick it over the line. Yep. All right, cool. All right, anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I'll just mention real quickly, like some people get hung up on the CoinJoin protocol. The one that I'm starting with is one it's a very simple and easy to code one, but the idea is that we can swap that out with other more proven ones like Cash Shuffle. The idea is to build a framework for developers in the future to hack on. So yeah, I just don't want people to get hung up on the specific CoinJoin protocol because it's really not important. We can just the way this will be built, we can just swap it out with whatever the next best thing is that somebody wants to build.
Cool. So I'll bring up your little Flipstarter here.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Share here. All right, this is it. You can see it all right. CoinJoin Desktop app for financial privacy.
There you
Wow.
go.
Thank you, these
Yeah,
guys,
now I
for
can see it.
donating. Wow, look at these wonderful people here. Wow. Omar, I know Omar, I love that
Yeah.
guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need, guys, we
Yeah.
need about,
I've been overwhelmed with the support. I'm surprised that we got this far.
yeah.
I was kind of surprised that it got this far funded. So it's getting me excited. It's like, oh, we could actually get this over the line in the next 3
Yeah,
days.
74 BC, 74.88. So around about 75. Guys, I'm going to give tonight because I truly believe in Chris and what he's doing. I know firsthand it's easy. As being a curator of 200 merchants here in the Bitcoin Cash City, this is something that's dear to my heart because I know for myself, I can see what each of my merchants are doing and how much money they've got. So we're working on ways to minimize that. Like you said, all you need is someone to go in, like maybe a competition or someone that's got bad intentions, and maybe someone that wants to extort money from you or something like that. And you're gonna wish that you had CoinJoin here. Yeah. So how we go about this? I do have an Electron wallet. Can you see my Electron wallet? Is it popped up?
No, can't see that.
Okay. I'm gonna.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah. Um, I don't have much. I don't have much on here. So, I've got,
Okay, good.
I got 1.13 BCH in here. So, on my old computer, there was a way that I can donate to a Flipstarter in up here somewhere.
Yeah, it's a plugin. I think if you go to tools,
Tools.
the tools
Uh,
menu,
uh-huh.
go to installed plugins, and
Add
yeah,
plug.
yeah, add plugin.
No, that's not
Oh,
it.
hmm.
I'm gonna have to download one, I think.
Let me check my wallet here, and hopefully I can walk you through it from there.
So while Chris is doing that, I encourage you all support the Bitcoin Cash developers. They need love too. Without them, none of this will be possible. I mean, if you've gone to the Bitcoin Cash conference, if you watch the replay, these guys have been working behind the scenes. These are the guys that are defending our freedoms and giving us user-friendly use cases to use it. It wouldn't be possible to buy your cup of coffee or, a meal, or buy a conference ticket, whatever, buy whatever, buy a piece of property without these guys making the user experience much more friendlier. So support Chris. We're going to put the links and all that in the video. I'm going to share this video out to whoever wants to share this video. I'm going to just give you the hard copy and you can do what you want with it. Support our man Chris.
Great, thanks, Jason. Yeah, I'm excited to get this video out. So I'm going to show how to do it with the Bitcoin.com wallet.
Okay.
Since I think that's probably what a lot of people are going to do. So I'll tell you what, if you want to,
Bring up your Flipstarter.
let me see if I can share my screen. Yeah, so if
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to enable screen sharing.
Yep. I'll enable screen share for you. Participants. I used to know how to. Okay.
Okay, good. You can see my.
Yep. Ba, 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 ba. could share. Okay.
I
All
think
right,
there's
here
a
we go.
security button.
Okay, try that now. See if you can do it.
Yeah, I got it
All
now.
right, here we go. Look at it.
Okay,
Look at
so
his boat. Yeah.
yeah, I love that thing. Love boats.
Yep.
So okay, so I've got my Bitcoin.com wallet here, and I've got about a little less than $300 on there. And so I'm going to show people how to donate with the Bitcoin.com wallet. Now, one bug we actually discovered through this process is you don't want to do everything on your phone. If you want to donate, open the Flipstarter up in another computer, because there's a bug that happens when you switch between the Flipstarter and the Bitcoin.com wallet.
Right.
So don't do everything on your phone, or do use two phones, or use a desktop or tablet or something. So if you I'm just going to donate a dollar here. And so you can basically set this upper limit to whatever you want. I think it defaults to US dollars. And then you click this pledge button, and you can leave a name. So I'm just gonna leave my name and donating on a live stream. Then you can leave a little message. Really appreciate reading those messages. And so there's a couple buttons here. There's the Electron Cash plugin, and then there's the web wallet, which is this built-in web wallet. That's what we're going to use. And there's this green area here, and you want to click on this. This is really important to click on this, because this is how you get your money back. Oh, is my connection unstable?
Yeah.
Okay, let me. Oh, it's probably my Electron Cash wallet slowing me down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so anyways, this private key, click on that green area to show the private key, and you want to copy this. This is how you get your money back if the Flipstarter is not funded.
Right.
So I'd copy that, and I would paste that somewhere, because I'm just donating a dollar. I don't care if somebody takes it. So that's why I'm showing it here. So once you've copied the private key, then you can get your funds back if the Flipstarter is not funded, and then you just scan it like you would to make a payment any other time. So I'm bringing up the QR code scanner in the Bitcoin.com wallet. I'm going to scan that QR code, and it'll automatically fill in. Let's see. It'll automatically fill in the amount that you specified up here. So it's pretty slick. It's pretty slick way to donate. And then I can just slide to send. So it went from my phone, and there the website detected the refund, or detected the donation.
Wow.
And this is a good piece of information to copy and paste for retrieving your funds. Refund if you want to just give me the money and you don't care about getting it back. So no need to click on that. Really, it's that private key that matters, and then this is a good little piece of information. But yeah, I've just made a donation, and you should see
Pantera's there.
your name and message. Yeah, so there's yeah, there's lots of little donations down here now. I love seeing all the little guys.
Yeah.
But you can see my my donation right here and my message that just popped up. So that's how you make a donation with these Flipstarters.
Wow, I'm going to do that right now.
That's Bitcoin Verde who created this update. So you could only donate from Electron Cash, and you had to install an external plugin, and it was a huge ask. So it really limited the amount of money that you could raise with these Flipstarters. But with this improvement that Bitcoin Verde made, it's now much easier to donate to these Flipstarters, and it's much easier to raise money with Flipstarter. So
wow.
Yeah,
that's
applause to them. I really appreciate their work.
Yeah, because even for me, like I've been in the game for a while, but I'm no way a tech guy. I'm basically a consumer. I'm a consumer, so everything I do talk about is
Mhm.
from a consumer point of view. I mean, I love you guys. I sit down with you, my head explodes with like, wow. So I found it a little bit cumbersome, but fortunately I had people in the ecosystem to teach me. Now, not everyone has the same social circles, so we can make this easier for the everyday consumer just to go, you know what, I'm going to back that cause. It could be anything. It could be,
Mhm.
you know, donating to someone who got hit by a truck and needs, you know, a new spleen or something like that. I mean,
Well, I've really enjoyed seeing some of the latest flip starters. There's a bunch of small ones in Africa. There's a
mm,
guy in Venezuela raising funds for additional merchant adoption down there. The Argentina team just raised a bunch of funds
yeah,
to encourage merchant adoption down there. So it's really making an impact, particularly in the global South. And I know you know this because I've told you this, but that's a big focus for me. I'm not so focused on Americans. I'm
mm,
really focused on the global South. I think that's where crypto in general, but Bitcoin Cash specifically, can have the biggest impact.
that's,
Everyone in the global South is already a libertarian. They've
yeah,
already given up on their government, and you don't have to have that conversation.
yeah, yeah. All right. So, hopefully, when I donate, it won't come up on recorded. So here we go. I will, um, I won't use the Cash Fusion one. I think we just do with this one here because it seems quick and easy. So that's, I like that. So, all right. That's, I don't have 100 BCH. Pledge. There we go. All right, so I just noticed something like, so I put in a BCH amount. You got to go up to the $sign and you have to swipe your mouse across for it to refresh with the correct net amount of dollars it is. And you're all right. So I do that. So I go down to pledge and I'm going to put Bitcoin Jason. I've donated a bit before and I forgot to do this part. It's come up anonymous and I always go, oh, damn it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, it's still a little clunky. Like I said, that bug that I found, that was shocking. It took a couple people losing a little bit of Bitcoin Cash to
Yeah.
find that bug, and I reported it
Mm,
to. So hopefully that'll get fixed. But just to see the progress they've made so far is impressive, and there's still a ways to go to make this as seamless and easy as Kickstarter. But
mm-hmm.
really appreciate the work on it, and
Yeah.
there's uh, a lot of people in the global South using
Mm-hmm.
this, and also if people are watching this and they're thinking about launching their own Flipstarter,
Mm-hmm.
um, one of the other things I've found is it's better to do several small Flipstarters than one large Flipstarter.
Uh-huh.
And reach milestones, and that's really the approach I'm taking with it. Is it's not going to be perfect when it comes out. This is really just an MVP, a minimal viable product. So we're just trying to get the basic framework in place so that JavaScript developers can start, but keep it functionally useful is what I'm calling it. Is it'll be in a place where it's ready to iterate and be improved upon, but it will be functional and get us to the next milestone. And then we can reassess the community if they want to keep funding this, and give me feedback on what kind of features that they want. So that's the idea. Many
Mm.
small steps.
Well, thank you for your time. We're nearly out of time. I've just donated. You'll be able to see how much I've got there now. You've gone up. for what is it, 75 to 76.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you
BCH.
so much, Jason.
Man, look, just for fun, grab out your phones, donate to young Chris here, help push him along. $1 to $100, whatever the amount is, you matter. And Chris, what Chris is doing is trying to provide a platform for all of us to carry on with our lives. You are Satoshi. I am Satoshi. We're all Satoshi. Let's do our part. Donate to Chris's Flipstarter today. And until then, stay classy. Take care.
Nice.